and gentlemen, welcome to the Biohacker Summit. It's pretty exciting times, isn't it? We need all kinds of space gear to keep our distance from our loved ones. And I believe this will be temporary. Scientific research and also the bleeding edge people who are looking at the biochemistry of human beings, they will figure out ways, like we have figured out ways throughout history. We have figured out throughout history ways of avoiding viruses, but actually they incorporate in our DNA. Every 100 years, 10 to 14% of world population has been wiped out for resilience purposes, for adaptation. And only through challenge, only by being challenged, we actually grow. Not just individually, but also as a species. So sometimes these things are necessary so that it brings us back to the very moment where we again start to use our nervous system to be more resilient, to figure out what really helps us to deal with what we are doing right now. It's pretty awesome venue. We have actually 2 times, 3 times more space. That's why we have so much air. Yesterday, the government officials said that events should limit the attendees to half of its capacity, and we predicted this. And it's very likely this is the calm before storm coming next week. So we are literally very, very fortunate to be able to have this event, and I thank you all for coming here. Safety is of highest concern for us, of course, and you should consider all these different things that are given to us from the officials that makes this event possible. Now, you can experience this event with headphones. We don't ask you to sit in the audience. You can walk around, you can rent headphones from the Biker Center stand, and you can listen to the talks wherever you are on this venue. There are screens which is streaming the main stage, and we also have the video recording package for all of you afterwards. So you're not missing anything, but what you might miss is someone who you meet somewhere on the corridor. So follow us at Biker Summit and use the hashtag Biker Summit. We're good to go. I will give you a little brief introduction to the way how we think about things at the Biker Center and at Biker Summit. Becoming a resilient being. In times of turmoil, resilience becomes a virtue. And resilience is not built overnight. It's not a 30-day course to get fit for summer. It's not a 30-day course to lose weight. It is something that is an iterative process, a learning process through which you become who you are. And it starts from a cellular level up to the level of the organism, up to the level of the superorganism. We are all holobionts. When you go deep into our systems, we see that we are symbiotic organisms that are connected to all web of life. That which doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And these philosophers' words are more important than ever. I want to tell you the story of Prometheus, the carrier of light. And Prometheus basically stole the fire from the gods. And all of us should be, able to carry that light forward as Prometheus, because we are the humanity carrying that light forward on behalf of Prometheus. We are all Prometheus. And I think Prometheus is a really good metaphor for becoming a biohacker as well. He sacrificed himself for humanity. That's what we are doing here. What I've noticed about the health community, about wellness community, about many biohackers, many of the leading figures internationally, is that most of them are wounded healers. Immortal Chiron, the master of healing, was poisoned by Heracles' poisonous arrows that made him mortal again. And when he became mortal, he had all the lessons to help others heal. And often when you go through different struggles in your life, personally, I went through my own struggles 10 years ago with chronic stress-related illnesses like an ulcer. And I healed myself by looking in the mirror that no one is going to help me but myself. Not the medical system, not some pill, not some doctor. In the end, I had to become my own doctor. Of course, I studied everything that's in the medical literature. I consulted all the professionals. And in the end, to be able to heal, it was me that had to step up the stage to heal myself. And here I am today as a wounded healer also, sharing what I've learned. And you integrate what you integrate, but you also have a story to tell to others, to also help others. And we are all wounded healers in training, basically. Carl Jung said, "A good half of every treatment that probes at all deeply consists in the doctor examining himself. It is his own hurt that gives a measure of his power to heal. This and nothing else is the meaning of the Greek myth of the wounded physician." That's the original idea of the physician. That's the original idea of the doctor. Would you take health advice from a person who looks inflamed and sick? That's a good question. And I did seek a doctor to help me with my problems, and that's how I met Dr. Olli Sovijärvi, and together we wrote the Biohacker's Handbook in the end. And he seemed like someone who went really deep into optimizing himself, and we shared the same idea. Statistically, 73.9% of therapists have experienced a wounded experience leading to a career choice. Many psychologists have suffered of psychological trauma and issues in childhood, and that's why they are in that profession. So it's good to keep in mind that the other person next to you might be able to tell you something that might help you to prevent things so that you don't have to go as far as they did. Biohacker Summit has been all about sharing these experiences for the last 5 years, 6 years. We have done over 10 events. It's the biggest biohacking conference in the world, and this year is the only one. Most have been postponed or cancelled. We have great speakers sharing about all these different ways how you can become more resilient from different aspects in your life. The human biological computer is vast, and I think that the combined intelligence of the audience surpasses anything on the stage. And we are privileged to have people from over 20 countries here today. Last year we had people from over 40 countries. Now obviously there is a bit limitations. So hands up who traveled here from another country. You are my heroes. Thank you for coming. You're awesome. It's a very, very informed audience. Here you can see what people measure. So there is everyone there in the audience is measuring something and has a ton of experiences of optimizing themselves with data. There's a ton of experiences of using different biohacking techniques or technologies to influence their physical environment and the environment within them. We have exciting exhibitors sharing some of the best products and technologies here. You're welcome to visit them and try what they have for offer. I want to share you my definition of biohacking. Biohacking is health and performance optimization based on lifestyle, nutrition, medical, and technological interventions. It's better living through science, technology, and nature. You consult the best science, the best leading practitioners the bleeding edge, but in the end you have to test things on yourself. And what works for you might be some different than what works for someone else. Biohacking is not about better, faster, stronger. That's the US approach to biohacking, to cram more hours in today, to get more done. Here in Europe, biohacking is all about balance, homeostasis, finding the natural balance in your ecosystem. It's about resilience and building that resilience iteratively. Biohacking is systems thinking. You are a cybernetic organism getting information into your nervous system. There's different processes happening in your body through your metabolic pathways, nervous system, and so on. And then there's an output, and through feedback you learn. And you can speed up these feedback loops with technology. You can speed up these feedback loops by measuring yourself. I think quantified self is a modern approach to enlightenment. You can also sit in meditation. You can observe what's going on in your body. You're a system of systems, down from the level of a single atom up to DNA, to a cell, to tissue, to organs, to organism. And you are connected to everyone else. Now, if you look at that web of life, we share quite a lot with plants around us and animals in the whole kingdom. As humans, our nature today is that we have lost our connection to our true selves. We have disconnected from our true nature in favor of our careers. And cardiovascular disease, diabetes, many degenerative diseases are on the rise that are a result of modern lifestyle. And now we go back because of the coronavirus. Who wants to live in a city in a box? They want to go to nature. They want to reconnect to nature. Maybe this is a signal that, nature is sending us. It's sending us literally back to our homes to think about what went wrong, so that we can rethink how we can be more in balance with our ecosystems. Because the highest risk of dying of a virus like that, in the end, boils down to your lifestyle. It can be age, but age is linked to the degeneration of your body, and you can slow that down. You can extend, you can push that boundary further and further. The human biological computer. We understand some parts of it. There you see an illustration of the different metabolic pathways. You are, in the end, what you pay attention to. What gets measured gets managed. That's the idea in organizations. And now we have some of the technologies to go from the lowest level to the top level, and we can map that out. And there are some really great companies who understand this very well here. Quantified self is self-knowledge through numbers. You can know yourself in so many different ways, and this is the modern approach, modern way. And in the end, optimizing health and well-being is about optimizing your connection to that ecosystem around you, to the natural environment, to understand the microbiome, understand that you are a connection of different species. The number of microorganisms in your body outnumber the number of your cells, and they communicate through your gut. The gut bacteria sends different signals, biochemical signals to your brain. And literally, by changing your diet, changing your lifestyle, you can change your consciousness, your way of thinking. In these times, it's very important to understand some Stoic ideas that you probably can't do much to what is going around you and what other people are doing and what they think or do, but you can still influence your thinking, and you can still influence how you react to things. And the way how you react to things is a big difference to if a situation is stressful or not. We are a way for the universe to see itself, like Carl Sagan said, and biohacking is a window, it's a mirror through which you can see yourself more clearly. It's all about the equilibrium, finding your optimal yin-yang golden road, where all opposing forces are in balance. And thank you very much, and I wish you a freaking awesome, resilient conference. Thank you very much.